for you to go and run. And I ran, typical of Nigeria. The rich men who felt I shouldn't have run to me fought me. At the end of the day, they rigged the election. I went to court. That's when we had courts. And the court said, you are right. You not only won the election, the candidate who ran against you was not even qualified to run. So immediately I won at the tribunal. It was clear I was going to be the speaker. And the House unanimously elected me as the speaker. And I was the first speaker for a very long time in Rivers State that led the House for 8 years without being impeached. In Rivers State, every 1 year, they will pass the baton to somebody else to take over. But me, there was no attempt to remove me, much more remove me from office. So when you say, okay, you were governor at 42, but I was speaker at 34, I knew what to do. I knew how to fight for my right. I knew how to mobilize Nigeria and the Rivers people to go and fight for their right. But the current person now, I mean, the youth as we have today, I know they will attack me, especially Gen Z. We will tell you they will shoot at us. Why did not shoot at us? When I was a student, didn't they keep people in Uniport? Did they keep people? I was in Nance. What you heard there was National Union of First State, but I was also in Nance. I went to contest for the office of the the president of Nance. And when the convention held in Kano, in the night, the Marxist movement of Nigeria that usually produces the president of
So the audio is still fine, yeah? Sorry about that. Okay, just want to make sure that you can still hear the audio perfect. I've been working to fix my camera as well. Okay, so that was Amaechi. While he was introduced, or he was the former speaker, was this and that. The conversation was like a very long one. I think it was like for about 2-3 hours. Okay, so skipping it means we can be jumping into the questions, its answers, and all that, right?
Money in the pockets of Nigerians. If Nigerians are able to buy food,
Meadow State and the former.
So listen to this part, all right? So let me know if the audio is still perfect as well.
Governorship has been under the Labour Party in the last Edo State election. I'm a solar renewable expert. I'm based here in Germany and have my company there in Nigeria. I'm also an employer of Labour, sir. I want to say I'm very happy of having you here this morning to speak to Nigerians in your usual way. Those who are not in that.
Elections in your state, you have not been able to deliver. In 2015, as a sitting governor, we know what happened. It was rigged, actually, because I remember I saw you on TV going from polling unit to asking for the regional from EC8. They couldn't produce it. None of the polling agents could produce it. But the fact is that you went to the court, the Supreme Court, and your candidate, Dr. Dakuku Peter Side, did lose at that election. In 2019, your party didn't even have a candidate because of, the issue of the factions and all that. And then in 2023, even though your party won, but we all know that it was your political opponent, right, which is the former governor, was the one who helped. Sorry, I'm talking about the governorship. It was PPP that won. But then if you go to the presidential as well, your party lost in 2015, lost in 2019, and in 2023, even though APC won, it was your political opponent that helped to do that. So your influence in 3 elections in Rivers State, both at the governorship level and at the presidential election level, has not been felt. So my question is, you are running for president. Of course, numbers count in election. Apart from your CV that is very impressive, it's numbers that win election. Okay. You have to have a base, which is your state. You have to come to the table with your base. And I want to know, you are in the ADC now. What are you going to do differently to make sure the 4th election that you will be participating in? Because I believe that you will also be interested in winning your state for ADC. How are you going to do things differently to make sure that
there is no election in Nigeria after Jega? The worst, what do you call him? Is this National Commissioner for what do you call it? The INEC chairman? The worst is the current chairman of INEC, Mahmoud. He's the worst. Now, let's go to the elections. The one that put Wike in power, you can ask any Rivers man. Wike sat in INEC office in Port Harcourt. If you brought any result that was not favorable, they would say they would tell you to take another result sheet and write a new one. I'm not saying in anywhere else, inside INEC. And why? The president said to people that I caused his defeat, and therefore he would not allow me win Rivers State. What did he do? He removed the DIG that was closest to Rivers State. He removed the INEC electoral commissioner that was closest to Rivers State, and brought his own persons. When he asked this question, it's very funny. You should talk about human beings.
He's actually talking shite. That's part of the other ridiculous statement he made. Like, Tifnubu was a candidate. Bokwari was president at the time. So Tifnubu's election came first and it was declared. I've been there before you did your governorship. So how did Tifnubu remove this, removed that to make sure that he didn't win? I don't get that. Yeah. Okay, hang on. I think he's talking about the one that brought with a wiki. And that was not true as well. You know? But let's continue.
Please go to Rivers State. You heard me say to my last interview that I challenged the current minister that let's take a walk from airport to town. First, it will expose my health if I'm not healthy. Second, it will expose who is popular. And when I came to unveil ADC in Port Harcourt, didn't you watch it? Didn't you hear what I said? I said for the first time that I'm coming back to Port Harcourt without spending money. The only money I spent was the money to pay my flight ticket to Port Harcourt. The money for people to transport themselves to the airport, to hire buses. I'm hearing that the young men and women contributed money to hire buses. Now, keep that apart. Is the fact that for the first time in my political history, I have made a political comment I shouldn't have made, and I usually don't make. I said, if I don't see people who are willing to die for this cause, I will not come out. Because what do they use in Port Harcourt? They write results. If you go to court, you have a different outcome because of the forms that are deployed. Okay, look at the case that stopped us from running the election. That's the case they quote now every day. They quote it everywhere in the political destiny of Nigeria. The first time we went to court and they stopped us, Supreme Court stopped us. First, it started with Justice Motoshaw who stopped us. And then when we came back after the election to go back to reconstitute the executive, the same people went back to court. The Supreme Court said, oh, no, we have no, what do you call it? That the court should not be involved in the internal affairs of any political party. But that's the same case that you used to disqualify us from running an election. Are you not worried about the situation? But I don't want to go far on this matter because it involves quite a lot of things that I don't want to say in public. I'll keep it to my chest and I wish everybody luck. Do I want to be a vice president? I will not want to be a vice president because I'm not running for vice president. I'm running for the presidency of the country. And I believe I will win the primary. So don't ask me whether I will be vice president or not, because I believe I will win. Ask me how. Look at the candidates and look at me now. When it comes to age, I'm 60. I'll be 62 in 2027. So let every other person, maybe other candidates will emerge before them in terms of age. And I have said I will publish my medical records before the election, so that you can see. And I challenge everybody to publish their medical records. I just told you here that I jog 24 kilometers. In fact, out of that 24 kilometers, I jog 10 kilometers and I walk 14 kilometers.
Right.
If I'm not healthy, I won't do that. In terms of qualification, I will also publish my qualification. By the way, you didn't put the fact that I have a first degree in law, based university. I have another certificate from law school. I have a master's degree from King's College.
Right.
And I'm awaiting the result of University of London first degree in law. I'm currently an applicant of a PhD in literature in University of London. I'm an applicant. And why am I an applicant? I've not made up my mind. My friends are divided. Some say write your memoirs. Some say go and do.
Wrote with me, Amaechi, Ubima, Judas Iscariot, is a guy that you shouldn't ordinarily underrate. Because I'll tell you something. A lot of people remember Pastor Ruga challenging Tifnumbu and then scoring, I think, a 200 and something. Rotifmi Amaechi, the underdog, was the second though, to Tifnumbu. Okay? And Tifnumbu only just outsmarted all of them. All right? But that's not the story for tonight. So Amaechi, who has enjoyed the impunity in the system, he has enjoyed rigged election. The 2019 election, which what do you call his name? Mahmoud helped Bokwari to rig, right? He benefited from that. So right now, and he also benefited from the judiciary that legitimized the fraud and then every other thing that happened in the contraption under Bokwari. But don't underrate him. I don't know what his electoral value is. Not even in Rivers State. I mean, probably worthless. You get what I mean now? And that is why somebody like him believes that when I say worthless, don't get me wrong, worthless in the sense that they don't have election. It is about the highest rigor. So highest rigor will win. Use everything you have to make sure that you win. And it doesn't have that kind of resources. Not anymore. It's never had it since 2015, of course. And not even when Bokwari was in power, it couldn't have it in 2019 as well. So I don't see that, but don't underrate him. As many people believe that Atiku is usually the Syria presidential candidate. In every camp he finds himself. And then maybe Amaechi would go and be his deputy and stuffs like that. I'll kind of like touch maybe another few minutes. Then we go into the drama in their ADC, the main coalition ADC, and then go to other things. So, and then I'll share the link in the comment. Use it. All right. So let's keep it to another part.
Oh, Buhari became president. I'm not sure he even mentioned my name. But again, I don't. It's unimportant. What's important that Buhari was president, and by God's grace, he was president. I confronted Garuba, and he said its own part was in his book, the book that he wrote, because Garuba had in an interview claimed that did not mention how he was appointed as the special advisor on information or press or something. He was not even on the list. I had to go to London to say, I hired this man from Atiku. People will feel the impact. That's the point I'm making.
In the 2023 elections, especially in Rivers State, where thousands of people were crying on the streets and even on social media saying that their votes have been shortchanged or they have been shortchanged. What is the ADC going to do in terms of defending the votes and defending the trust that the Nigerian people will place on them to, give them their votes? Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I've said this is not a thing I want to discuss online. I will not discuss what our strategy is. But are we going to fight a battle to make sure that we are not cheated? Yes, that will happen. We cannot. If we are not going to fight, I won't run. I don't have money to waste. The reason why I'm running is because I've looked at that. I've looked at what the solutions are, and I can't say it here. When the time comes, you see, the problem is first let's get a candidate. We've gotten a platform. The next thing is let's get a candidate. The candidate will determine how he will fight his election. That's one. What's the second question you asked? There was the first question before this.
I think he has left already. Because we're trying to make sure that everybody come in as much as possible, sir. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Abiodun, are you there? Abiodun.
Oh well, yeah, I remember. Whether there's a agreement that there will be consensus in this, we have not reached there. We have not discussed that. Maybe let me not preempt the chairman. Maybe the chairman will call us for a conversation. If he does, I'll let you know. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Abiodun, are you there, sir? Abi.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Amaechi. I just have quick questions for you. Before the fuel subsidy was removed, we were made to believe that Nigeria funded fuel subsidy by the following means: federal budget allocation, borrowing, NNPC support. You just said, and please correct me if I misheard you, that Nigerians are not feeling the positive impact of the removal of fuel subsidy.
And on and on. You're right. Oyewubi. So for anybody who might want to listen to the other part of the convo, right? Of course, you can check the comment for the link. Now let's take a look at their ADC. Last night, I mean, while if you have been kind of following it, right, or following them, while it is being prepared like a foregone issue, like a concluded issue, meaning their ADC will be the platform where they're going to build their coalition, and Tifnubu and his gang won't be able to actually really penetrate or break them. But that seems to be, every day attracting even more drama. So the first time was that the former presidential candidate, Mebika Shiku, who claimed that they bought, like what they did to ADC, the Atifco and others, what they did to APC was like a forceful takeover. When you forcefully take over a business or a company. But the person who is the founder of the party, right, who is also their chairman, who handed over the party to this this coalition guys, insisted that the Mebika Shiku had no constitutional role in their party to even determine what happens. It's just a candidate, not a member of their executive and all that. So he was acting based on the national, project to save Nigeria. That is a Nwosu's stand. That every blackmail and what have you won't work. And he also publicly said he was offered ministerial positions by Tifnumbu to make sure that it derails their coalition train. Now, the Mebika Chiku has come back to, he has brought back some group of men who claim to be ADC state chairmen. And according to them, they said they were not carried along when that decision was made. And that automatically makes them non-party to that. And they pulled out. But it was really dramatic, like funny. Maybe not funny. In front of Sheun last night. Watch this.
Because the constitution is very clear. If you want to become a member of a party, you go to your grassroots. That is the ward level. Are you also you feel the same way? What said you are from Borno, right? No. I'm from Nasarawa. Yes. So is your case the same? Same. But my signature wasn't there. Or you omitted your signature? No, I'm not part. It's not part. It's just Borno. But are you saying that you are not privy to, or you don't? You don't align with the mark leadership. Never. Did Mr. Nwosu did he meet the state chairman at all point? No, not at all. You see, when we came from Abeokuta 2022, because we went for Abeokuta to select our presidential candidate, that was on the 8th of June. Then Mebika Chiku happened to be one of those presidential candidates. So it was at that point, we're thinking, after the primaries, Mr. Nwosu organized a convention to bring in new leadership. So he didn't do that, but we tried to question him because there's a danger in it. If you don't change the leadership, even if Mebika Chiku happened to be the presidential candidate taken to court, under litigation, under that, there's possibility that he will lose out. So we're advising on that capacity, on that ground. He refused to listen to us. After we returned, we had our meeting in the party secretariat where he chased the chairman all away. Yeah, because that is the beginning. So he chased all of you? All of us, because he brought in some people. 19 of us. He suspended us there and then. So from there, when we went to court, Justice Binta Enyako, she gave us the judgment that Ralph Nwosu is no longer the term because his tenure has expired. That's what has elapsed. So he refused to abide by the law, the judgment. Then he went to Kaduna Zaria. Yeah, you are from Nasarawa State. And you're state chairman Nasarawa. You also state chairman, state chairman,
acting chairman,
Akwa Ibom State.
Yes.
And you are also not aware of
I'm
this.
not aware of it.
Is your signature
No,
here?
it's not there.
It's not there.
It's not
So
there.
you're lucky.
Not really lucky. We are still in the same vision. Because you know, even if I want to.
According to them, their signatures were